God's timing isn't always our timing. He may not work things out the way we plan, but He will work things out for the better. This COVID-19 pandemic has really changed everything around the world. From our basic routinary ways of living to celebration of big events has shifted to new normal. Today, our dear parents and to their children who patiently waited for this event to happen. Finally, it's over. To our university officials and the entire Lady Normal University community led by our President, Dr. Evelyn B. Aguirre, our guest speaker, the Lnu-Ils faculty, GPTA officers, the LMU Alumni Association President, Honorable Lumin Tabao, the kindergarten class with their advisor, Ms. Mahalia E. Polio, the parents and guardians, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Lady Normal University Integrated Laboratory School proudly presents its second virtual Moving Up ceremony, the school year 2020-2021 with the theme Strengthening the Quality of Education Amid the COVID-19 Pandemic. To start with is a doxology followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Humble themselves and pray. If they seek my face and humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven and forgive their sins. I will hear from heaven Father, in your mercy, come heal our land. Lord, heal our land. Father, heal our land. Hear our cry and turn our nation back to you. Lord, heal our land. Hear
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, luyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisi. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit magmukha, may ilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isat ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng buwan at ipagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of Leyte Normal University, Dr. Evelyn B. Aguirre, shall now introduce the guest speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor is an accomplished senior executive in the railway industry with solid background in railway system management, railways fiscal management, project management, and technical consulting, where he has become a notable figure in the railway industry for over 20 years of experience and occupying the senior most level position since year 2000. His remarkable accomplishments are noteworthy as he served various leadership roles in different railway companies. He became the country manager for Transurb TechniRail Manila, where the company was able to drive 300% net profits in just a year under his leadership. He spearheaded the Transurb TechniRail's maintenance division that set an unmatched record in providing the Light Rail Transit Authority with the most number of operating LRVs in its 20-year history. He founded and served as its CEO Alter Portitechnic Global Incorporated, the Philippines' only complete electrified railway service provider with extensive expertise in the different disciplines of railway maintenance, operations, and design in the local and international railway industries. He acted as the project manager for the Philippines of Urban Track Consortium, a Belgium-based organization of European Asian railway companies that implemented the European Economic Community, or EEC, project to modernize and standardize the railway in the railway industry. He has participated in various trainings and seminars on emerging trends in transportation law, on project management for railways, railway management, Transurb TechniRail, and on various transportation systems using urban configuration. He has engaged himself in feasibility studies and evaluation of various projects relative to public transport systems in the Philippines and abroad. And currently, he serves as the Chief Executive of Alter Portitechnic Global Incorporated, or APT, in Makati since the year 2000 up to the present. Our speaker is an active member and official in different organizational and professional affiliations, which speak much why he is a very dynamic and passionate leader. He served as a chairperson of the HELPS Foundation and Center for the Development of Sustainable Communities for Progress in the Eastern Visayas region. He is also a member in other reputable organizations, namely Rotary Club Cubao West in Quezon City, the Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants, the Alpha Phi Omega APB organization, and the Asia Railway Managers Association. He became the founding member of the Belgian Business Club of Manila and the founding member and trustee of St. Therese Educational Foundation of Tacloban Incorporated, or STEFT. Because of his notable accomplishments and achievements, he has received meritorious citations and awards, from various institutions and organizations. In 1996, he was awarded with the Huwarang Pamilya for the National Search for the Model Family. Two prestigious institutions, namely the Leyte Normal University and the University of the Philippines, Tacloban, bestowed him the Outstanding Alumnus Awardee. He was also a recipient of the Rotary Silver Star Award of Fame from the Rotary Club Cubao West Presidential Awardee in the Sports Writers Association of Cebu 2011 Sports Awards and the recipient of the Executive of the Year Award during the Philippine Sport Writers Association's 2011 Annual Awards. His passion for sports is undeniable. He revitalized Philippine football and turned ASCAL's Philippine men's football team into a recognized brand followed by millions of fans all over the world. Our speaker is considered by many as the godfather of the modern Philippine football team and credited for the resurgence of the sport in the country. He also gained recognition from various sports writers association in the Philippines as one of the best sports executives and team managers in the country. Indeed, he is already among the sports icons who is highly acclaimed for his achievements in sports. And we are very proud and honored for his presence today, who, our alumnus, to deliver the inspirational message for our graduates and completers. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride and joy that I introduce to you our guest speaker for today's commencement of the Integrated Laboratory School, the Guro in Transport Railway Systems, and a proud alumnus of Leyte Normal University Integrated Laboratory School, and now a member of the Board of Regents of Leyte Normal University. Please join me in welcoming none other than Honorable Dan Steven Castillo Palami.
My dear graduates and completers of 2021, parents, families and friends, teachers, staff of the Leyte Normal University Integrated Laboratory School, good day to you all. Our physical world has been transformed by a pandemic. I'm sure it has been a challenging year for us all. It wasn't easy to be a student, parent, teacher, or administrator during these exhausting and uncertain times. But look where you are today, ready to move on to the next level. You have pulled through. Thanks be to God indeed. I know it's hard to imagine, but I was once a student like you in the same laboratory school. When I was in high school, I was touted as the student most likely to succeed. Not because I was the most talented, or the most smart, or the most rich. I was simply the one with the biggest dreams. Tatay and Nanay say that even as a young boy, I already had great ambition. I would pace around our small living room and confidently point out corners of the room that I would take down and rebuild when I grew up. I described the chandelier I would put, and the really high stairs, and the really tall slide, and the water bed, the soccer field in the middle of the room, etc., etc. To them, I suppose it was all just a little boy's wishful thinking. But I never outgrew my tendency to think big, whether it was the dream of a house, or a car, or football, or even winning the affections of a popular high school girl when I was only in grade 6. I didn't think any of it was too outrageous. While I was newly working in Manila, I had to fetch my mother from a seminar held in a hotel. Going home, we had to take a taxi. We waited for more than an hour. In the meantime, we heard names being paged in the lobby. Mrs. So-and-so, please go to the entrance. Your car is waiting for you. I turned to my mother and said, don't worry, Nanay. Someday, the announcer will call Mrs. Palami. Please go to the entrance, your car is waiting for you. Of course, my mother giggled and laughed and swatted my arm. She thought I was kidding. Another time, I told my nanay and tatay, before I reach 30, I'm going to make my first million. Again, they smiled amusedly, said that it would make them very happy for me. But I know they didn't take it seriously, as I was then just a struggling working student after all. But what do you know? Before I reached 30, I made my first million, and my mother was being brought to her meetings in Manila by my driver. I tell you this not to brag, or because I expect you to set the same targets for yourselves. I actually expect you to have more sophisticated dreams than me. I tell you this to demonstrate 2 points: the importance of dreaming and of believing in our limitless potential. The third point is something I still struggle with sometimes: taking action. Sometimes we procrastinate, we become lazy, we get overwhelmed or frustrated. But success has a bias for action, and there are very few things that will fall into your lap unless you work for them. As you go off to the next stage of your academic life, expect a really great time, but also be prepared for some really hard work. I remember when I was a new student in the UP College of Law in Diliman. I was about 20 years old. I was new into the semester, new into speaking Tagalog, new into the ways of the big city. Previous visits to Manila were always quick trips that didn't require anything but enjoyment on my part. This time, I was there to stay and had to navigate through the jeepney and bus rides and walkways, learn the quickest routes from boarding house to UP, settle into class where everyone seemed smart and confident, where the teachers were brilliant and intimidating, and the readings and classwork were overwhelming. Note that this was a time before Google, and when there was no technology to aid you with academic research or social life stalking for that matter. So I was scoping out my new situation, and I knew that unlike Tacloban, where it had seemed easy to shine, I was now playing in the big league. I was a small fish in a big pond. It was unsettling. In the first weeks, I acted confident and chill and cool around school, but I was actually homesick, a little hungry all the time as I was budgeting my food allowance, and feeling a little sorry for myself. I didn't like reading so many cases, but I read anyway. I hesitated to befriend my classmates because I felt many of them were too big time and intimidating. But I reached out, got to know them, and forged lasting friendships anyway. As you can imagine, there would be more mishaps in this new chapter of my life, but I persisted. In my second year, I was further out of my comfort zone and looked for part-time work so I could support myself and hopefully support my siblings as well. I had already done some CPA work in Tacloban before studying law, and I went back to doing some accounting projects and started teaching in one of the colleges in Manila. The projects led me to bigger opportunities, and by my fourth year in law school, my business was thriving and it was clear I needed to choose one over the other. I chose business and went on to establish a company that would allow me to hit milestones beyond the first million that my young provinciano self had imagined. So again, keep moving. Success only happens through action. Work was necessary for me to make a living and help my family and community. But as some of you would know, my biggest passion and dream has always been football. Managing the Philippine Ascals had been a roller coaster ride, to say the least. But my favorite lesson on never giving up comes from my journey with the team. Around 10 years ago, the Ascals were riding high on the country's newfound fascination with football. After the team's historic victory over Vietnam made headlines in 2010, it was so sensational. It became part of Sports Illustrated Top 10 Stories of the Year. The years that followed were fantastic for the Azkals as our transformation from being the favorite whipping boy of Asia to becoming serious challengers in the region captivated the imagination of the press and got us new fans. Soon, however, that euphoria faded off as we got down to the serious and long-term business of developing football. Many fans wanted instant wins, and it was hard to explain that the road to the World Cup was going to take much more work and many more years. Before I agreed to manage the Azkals in 2010, many well-meaning friends told me it would be a waste of my time and money. When we were again struggling to secure financial support in 2014 and onwards, friends said they had told me so. I was sorely tempted to give up as I struggled with some gaps in the football administration, low morale of coaches and players, and my own worries about the holes football was burning in my pocket. But I was committed to the team. I could not leave at a time of crisis and wanted to shepherd it back to a high point. After a mix of some wins and sorry losses in the last few years, we finally achieved an elusive dream on March 2018. For the first time in 111 years, the Philippines qualified for the Asian Cup, the best ever performance of any Philippine football team. Throughout the highs and lows, my time with the Azkals is something I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. Take the case of our new sporting celebrity, Heidelin Diaz. The first time she joined the Olympics, she finished second to the last. The second time, she failed to finish. The third time, she was rewarded with a silver medal. And then a few days ago, she finally won an Olympic gold medal. The first ever for the Philippines after almost 100 years. Heidelin persevered and never thought of quitting despite numerous setbacks and lack of support. The Azkals struggled too and were dejected and frustrated a number of times. But I'm glad we didn't give up on our dream. I'm just so grateful we could play a role in our country's sporting history. Which brings me to my final point. Always be grateful. Nothing we achieve is ours alone. God orchestrates circumstances and brings people into our path to help us grow. Our parents and friends, our teachers and classmates, our household helpers, anonymous and seemingly random people who walk into our lives. Some believe in us, some challenge us, some comfort us, some force us to stretch ourselves. Each one plays a unique role in our happiness, in our success. As you go about the lifetime adventure of achieving your dreams, thank God for all those who are helping you and show your gratitude by helping others achieve their dreams as well. Class of 2021, thank you for this chance to speak with you and allowing me to witness this point in your success. Remember to dream, believe, act, not give up, and always be grateful. God bless you, and may all your dreams come true.
At this point, we shall now have the presentation and conferment of the kindergarten completer candidates to be presided by our ILS supervisor, Professor Maria Rebecca A. Abayan, together with our university president, Dr. Evelyn B. Aguirre.
Dr. Evelyn B. Aguirre, I have the honor to present to you 40 kindergarten candidates for completion of the Integrated Laboratory School for school year 2020 to 2021. as a supervisor, I hereby certify that these candidates have satisfactorily completed all the requirements of the Enhanced Basic Education Curriculum as prescribed by the Department of Education, Republic of the Philippines. I therefore request that they be conferred as completers and be awarded their certificates of completion.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the Lnu-Normal University, I do hereby confer upon you as completers according to the curriculum in which you have qualified with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations!
To signify the personal best and eagerness to reach completion that our kindergarten completers have manifested in their studies, we shall now have Ms. Mahalia Icocolio, the advisor of the kindergarten class, to present the names of the completers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride and honor to present to you the kindergarten completers school year 2020 to 2021.
Jeril Vernice M. Acosta, Yanesi Luis L. Alcubero, Zoe Audria B. Alitas, Francesca M. Ariza, Audric Bryce B. Balde, Sofia Isabel L. Baldirian, Denise Lovely L. Britannia, Julian A. Kabibihan, Tatiana Ashley Canayong, Queen Eula B. Cartin, Sean Andre O. Dadula, Lance T. De Vera, Dane Angelo M. Dignos, Vivian Joy G. Dinawanao, Marian Danica C. Durango, Christy Sean Jace Embog, Hazley Fatima C. Ispillarga, Francis Joy M. Gairama, Liam Francis S. Gunzon, Cassie Nicole S. Goyone, Aliyah Lexi G. Hernandez, Ryan Antoinette U. Humeres, Jaika Suzanne Q. Isip, Maria Audrey Arabella C. Israel, Edward Ashley C. Nartea, Marinelle Lucci A. Nayat, Jeffrey Mark L. Manuksok Jr., Adrian Seth P. Albisano, Francis Lawrence B. Pantas, Julian Kiona G. Parinya, Sean Jacob A. Quebec, Win Lexi Kilario, Calvin Twain R. Kiminales, Adriel B. Ramirez, Cian Zach Francis M. Renomeron, Markeisha Grace C. Sabayan, Francisca M. Soro, Jude Sebastian Q. Tabo, Rod Anthony R. Chu, Margaret Ann Y. Umapas.
At this moment, let us welcome Francisca M. Soro, a kindergarten pupil, as she will now deliver her words of gratitude.
our Leyte Normal University family, headed by its president, Dr. Evelyn B. Aguirre. To our teachers in the Integrated Laboratory School, to my classmates and schoolmates, to our parents and family, ladies and gentlemen, each and everyone, a good day. On behalf of the pupils of the Integrated Laboratory School of the Leyte Normal University, I would like to thank our God for this joyous and memorable day. Our wonderful family at the Leyte Normal University, headed by its president, Dr. Evelyn B. Aguirre. We are grateful for the privilege and opportunity to be a part of the Integrated Laboratory School program of this institution. To our teachers, for your kind and understanding heart, and your limitless patience, and your dedicated spirit, all of you won a very special place in the hearts of our family and in each heart of your pupils. We love you. And to our parents, your unconditional love for us have made this day a reality. We hope we have made you proud as you have made us proud. As I started this message with a thank you, I would like to end this message with a poem written by someone. The title is Kindergarten Graduation. When I started kindergarten, I couldn't have felt smaller, but I have been growing and not just growing taller. I've learned to read and learned to write and learned my numbers too. And there are many other things that I have learned to do. Kindergarten's over now, but I am not afraid because I know I'm ready to enter the first grade. Thank you, everyone.
This song is a reminder that our God-given talents, skills, and potentials, we need to share it with others as we are meant for greater things. We shall now listen to our kindergarten completers as they sing their moving up song entitled Yesterday's Dream.
We are the children of yesterday's dream. We are the promise of the future we bring. Waving the banner of love to all, to every nation that we adore. We are a world of the restless and calm, and we need a hand inside us. Helping each other, build each other, as long as we're together, you and me. For together we stand, we rise, we fall, together we climb to the top of the world. We can really belong to the world to see that we are the children of yesterday's dream. You have been willing to do what is best. Be someone special from all the rest. Nation and brothers in unity, building tomorrow for you and for me. We are a world of the restless and young, and Build each other. As long as we're together, you and me. Together we stand. We fight, we fall. Together we climb to the top of the world. We can really belong. The world see that we are its children.
To give tribute to the significant parents and guardians who have helped in the formation of our completers of becoming who they are today, here is a tribute song entitled Glowing Inside. Ma'am and sir, for them, you are their inspiration that continuously guide them to be the best versions of themselves.
Happy to let you know you make me glow. I feel so good, it's true. So glad that I have you. You love me so. Now all is bright. I'll always thank you for the glow and thank you for the joy. Thank you for the love you give to me. I'm glowing, glowing inside with your love shining through. Thank you for everything you do. I'm glowing inside because of you. Remember my growing years, they're filled with joy because you're there for me. You cast my fears away, you wipe those tears, you gave me strength each day. I thank you for the glow and thank you for the joy. Thank you for the love you give to me. I'm glowing, glowing inside with your love shining through. Thank you for everything you do. I'm glowing inside because of you. Who knows of what tomorrow brings? My glowing wings can make me fly. I'll reach and now I'll touch the sky because of you. I'll soar up high. So I must thank you for the glow and thank you for the joy. Thank you for the love you give to me. I'm glowing, glowing inside with your love shining through. Thank you for everything you do. I'm glowing inside because of you.
And I will not allow face-to-face classes of children.
Every morning the sunlight say goodbye. Feelings change every once in a while, but this I'm gonna say. Some things never change, not even in a lifetime. I follow my dreams day after day. This I'm gonna say to you today. Some things never change, not even in a million years. For my love for you will ever stay. It will never ever go away. Some things never change, my love will stay the same. We can tell how the world has changed all through these years. How we think, how we live, and the choices we make. But the love of God is great now and before. His faithfulness to His word will live forevermore. Though things we know, they simply come and go. They tell us nothing stays the same. But this I truly say. Some things never change, not even in a lifetime. I follow my dreams day after day. This I'm gonna say to you today. Some things never change, not even in a million years. For my love for you will ever stay. It will never ever go away. Some things never change, my love will stay the same. Have to wonder why. Have to know the reason why. Always love, always me. That's reality. Some things never change, not even in a lifetime. Even in a lifetime, and I follow my dreams day after day. This I'm gonna say to you today. Some things never change, not even in a thousand million years. For my love for you will ever stay. It will never ever go away. Things never change, my love will stay the same. Ever, forever, ever. Some things never change, not in a lifetime nor in a million years. Some things never change.
That concludes our second virtual Moving Up ceremony for school year 2020-2021. This has been Ms. Darling Joy Divershaw, your Master of Ceremony. In behalf of the entire Leyte Normal University community, we thank you for the victorious journey that we were able to take part in for our completers. Thus, we rejoice and celebrate. We now sing the Leyte Normal University hymn.
Loyalty Thank you.